Recording in progress. Okay. Hi guys, welcome. Thanks for joining us. These are like super casual sessions where Brian and I just kind of go over what we've done, answer your questions, and then talk about what we're going to be doing.
Yep.
This is Brian. He's a guy who coded everything.
Hello.
Yeah. Is anyone new here? Did you guys, who's new here? Okay. Hello, Melissa. See Christy, Denise, Patricia, Sharon, Christine, Elizabeth, Ashley. Did I say Christy? I think I said Christy. Okay. All right, welcome. This is being recorded and we will throw this on YouTube when it's done. All right, State of the Union.
We'll do quick intros first.
Quick intros.
Intro yourself.
I'm Lisa. I own Borderlands Bakery, and I've been a cottage baker officially since like 2015. And then we built up the Borderlands Bakery community. And then having lived that custom order life and the life of cottage bakers, I was like, this sucks. There's got to be a better way. I could not live my life on like Google Forms. It just doesn't do what I need it to do to intake orders, manage orders. Everything was just so manual still. And you don't even get notifications when things change and things like that. And then you have to manually follow up with everyone. And I was so sick and tired of all this stuff in my DMs, in my texts, in my emails, and I just couldn't keep track of it anymore. So I started utilizing websites. So like my first website was a Wix. And that's what I used for custom orders, classes, everything. And that worked okay. But Wix was not designed really for like our industry. So in 2019, Brian and I quit our day jobs, and Brian has been working on this ever since. And last November is when we had our first release of my custom bakes. And that was before pre-sale module, before all these little things that refined version 1. So today, State of the Union real quick. We have all the base functionality for quoting on custom orders, fully customizable products. We have a pre-sale module. We have the ability to manage orders, both intaking them on the website, as well as you can like manually enter orders, which is pretty cool.
Direct checkout products.
We have direct checkout products. Inventory. See, Brian knows this way better than me. What else do we have? We changed up the way that we manage deliveries just very recently. We use a new term now called fulfillment, which covers all of delivery, pickup, and shipping. And now we have some additional features in your dashboard that give you a better idea of where your orders are and things like that. So that's what it's like today. And we take all of the feedback that we get from you guys via Facebook, Instagram, email, and kind of prioritize it based on what we see most requested. And there are definitely some patterns here. So moving forward in the next, between now and CookieCon, which is the beginning of March in Reno, we are planning to give you guys a way to archive your orders. That's actually going to be done tomorrow, so that you don't have to see your like test orders or anything like that anymore, and just kind of clean up your dashboard. And we're also going to give you the ability to sort your products on like your main site. So in the pre-sale module, you can already sort your products, but we have to implement that for everything else. And then what else do we have coming up?
We have we're going to improve the performance of image loading. We know that's a big pain right now.
A little slow for our liking.
Everything else is pretty snappy, so we just need to get that to catch up a little bit. And packing slips, so you can print your orders in PDF form.
You can like select multiple and print them instead of depending on the functionality in your browser.
Yeah, the browser printing.
Yeah.
Those are the big ticket items to get done before CookieCon. And there's just a ton more coming after that.
Yeah, we have a lot. If you guys want to read like the highest level plans that we have for my custom bakes,
Here, I'll take care of
Yeah,
that.
take care of
Just
that.
turn off the camera.
Yep. So I think if you want to see what's coming up in the next year that we have planned, you can check out our website and hit the about and scroll to the bottom, and you'll see like what we have planned going on. All right, so that's State of the
That's
Union.
announcements.
Yeah, that's announcements. We are here to answer questions and to give you guys insights on the app, and we're even happy to like share our screen and go do walkthroughs if needed. So who's
Time is yours.
first?
What is monthly cost?
What is the monthly cost? We're trying to target $7.99 for a month, and I think that's going to be super reasonable. You won't find anything that's probably cheaper.
We don't have a
Caveats.
specific date for that yet, but we will notify you months ahead of time when that starts going to drop.
So I have already on the about page in the FAQs, Q4 is when we will start charging for the service. Oh, is someone talking?
Comes through with some great dishes.
Christine and Polly have their mics live. That's okay. Yeah, so that's kind of our plan right now. $7.99 a month, and I think you can expect that over the next 2 to 3 years there will be like $1 increases or something, but it'd be really cool to like pay Brian, for example, for the work that he did. So, yep. Ashley, is that clear? Just make sure.
Great.
Very good. Next. We're nice here. Speak up, ask questions.
Hi. So my name is Melissa, and I run a home-based bakery out of Southern California. And so far have used nothing but like random social media sites to take orders, and it's a hot mess. So I happened upon your site just a few days ago and was like, oh my gosh, this is what I need.
Wait, how did you find it? I must know.
I think I already followed your Instagram, maybe for Borderlands Bakery.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
And it just popped up and I was like, oh, this is it. So I do have some more basic questions. So I am willing to kind of wait till the end if there's someone who has more like. Okay.
Let's just do it. Ask,
Okay.
yeah.
So one thing, I feel like at some point in the setup, I had seen something about a chat function, and now like when I go to like pretend I'm taking an order, or like I had my dad like try to take an order, he couldn't find it. Are we like somehow missing it, or is there no chat function?
You want to share your screen?
Yeah, I'm going to share my screen.
Okay, thanks.
Probably get rid of all this junk that I have. That was not smart. Okay. Okay, so here's your dashboard. You've got chats right in here. But if you want to chat with somebody, you can go through quotes. Let me move this.
Yeah, I guess I meant from like the customer perspective, how do they find, like, yeah, that I remember.
I will show you.
Okay.
I will show you. Okay, so we are putting in some chats right here, right? And then the customer is going to get an email within 15 minutes, right?
Approximately 15 minutes.
Approximately 15 minutes with a link to their chat or their order status page, which has a little pop-up for their chat. So let me show you what that looks like. You guys are going to see some junk, so like pretend you can't. I hate this screen at the top. I don't even know if I have this saved in my custom bakes. Do you want to just place a new
Just
order?
create a new order, yeah. Let me place one.
Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. I found it.
One.
So we're going to go to the order status page. So anytime that you send a chat or you change the status,
Just pull it up first. Yeah.
they'll get an email with a link to it. It'll pull up their order status page. Sometimes you have to verify who you are just for your safety, and then you'll see the chat notifications right here.
Okay. Now, so I may have been, again, this may be my error. For example, I have on my menu, like 5 different flavors of cake. And then I put like custom request. If you have something that's not listed here, send me a chat. Is that not something they can do unless I reach out to them?
They can't do that if they
So-
haven't submitted a quote request.
Right. The chat is available for clients who have submitted a request and have an active order or quote, and they can get to the status screen. We have been asked about having like a way to contact the baker before that point. That's something that we've got on our list to talk about. We haven't really done a deep dive into that yet. But it's there, it's on our list.
Here's what I recommend, Melissa. On your homepage, you can leave your email there and say, like, if you don't see anything that you like, you can contact me directly and we can work something out, and then they can place an order and you can like manually input it or something.
Okay, that makes sense.
Do you want to take a quick look at your shop to see like what it is, or how to do, like kind of look at the products and stuff? What
like
is
I
your
I haven't done it, like put it live yet. Like I've
Oh,
sent
okay.
it.
Then we're
But
good.
it should be there. Like it's Beautiful Day Bakery.
Look at that. Looks good. Sorry, this Zoom like menu thing floats around all over the screen, and I know you guys can't see it, but I can see it, and it makes me crazy. Okay, yeah, it looks good. And you know what you can also do, and I've seen people do this, is they create a like separate listing for something else.
Okay.
Because it's the product creation process is so flexible that you can pretty much do anything you want. And if you put that as an option, and you can even create a photo for it that's just text, like totally custom or something else, that could help.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. I hadn't thought of that.
I just remembered there's another thing on our to-do list, and that was for like single select or multi-select product specifications to provide an other and allow them to enter a text field like that. So that is also eventually, like if you want to provide them the ability to suggest a flavor that maybe you haven't listed, that would be able to suit for that.
Yep. All right, we got it. What else?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, first of all?
Yes. Hi,
Yes.
Christy.
Hi. And that kind of follows up with what you're saying about having a maybe just a text field you add. I know you have the templates for products. I haven't added my products yet. I've only kind of set up my page and have been attempting to do mine. It's called Windy Hill Sweets. If you wanted to pull it up, and had a couple questions. Where does the gallery of images populate? And the carousel, where does that populate?
Sure.
And then if I'm not using a template and I'm building out a product all by itself, can you add in, you know, here's a text field and I put in my, you know, label header, and here's my text, and, you know, I want you to fill this in, or I just want numbers, or.
Let me show you all of that right now.
Okay.
So first of all, this
So-
is your cover page, and your carousel is right here. So you
So
can
the
kind of
carousel's at
click
the bottom.
through,
Okay.
and your gallery is right here.
Oh, it's a click up. Okay. All right.
It's on your menu. So if you're on a phone, right?
Yeah.
And we like make this small, for example, tablets and phones. You have a hamburger menu here. This is like a standard menu item
Okay.
for mobile devices that have
Okay.
all of your things.
Got it. Okay.
And then let's look at products. So you can create a new product from scratch or start with a template, whatever. If we're going to start with a scratch product,
Mhm.
I'm just going to go live 02 Feb 22. This is the product type, so it's like the category. And then we're going to put in, oh my God, demo cookies, blah, blah, blah. I'm
Right.
just going to pick whatever image, demo cookies. I'm going to just leave all this stuff because I don't care right now. I'm going to enable inventory, put 100 direct checkout. Yes. Specifications, you can do anything you want.
Fantastic. Okay.
So give me an example of something that you want. And then we can work
Well,
backwards.
I'm thrilled to see about the file attachment. So if somebody wants to send inspiration photos along with their quote, I love the multi-select. I typically offer multiple flavors, just as standard for my cookies. And then I was curious about if you're, so I'm jumping here, but if somebody wanted to put personalization, they wanted to put a name on a cookie
Text
or,
field.
whatever it might be. And
Provide
then
a name of provide text that you want on your cookie.
right,
So let's do name personalization
got it.
required. Okay. I'm going to save it real quick so we can see it. Oh, I should probably put a price. And then we want to list it so that it's
Got it.
visible.
Okay.
And then I want to show you what it looks like because we have you and I want to show you everything. Oh, yeah. And then we can go into demo cookies.
Yep.
And when we add to cart, it's going to pop up with all the things that we literally just did. And now we can put, Christy.
Got it.
Oh, and then
All
I
right.
force people to upload files. So that's
Sure.
how we do that.
If it's required. Now all of these can be keyed or toggled on or off as required.
Totally. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you go back to the configuration page, you can see in this configuration dialog,
Right here.
there's a required toggle right there.
Awesome.
Right
Okay.
here. And then we kind of try to build in the how to do it with each
specs on there. Yeah, you've got so many details and it's absolutely wonderful. And what is she saying? Can you combine a text answer with a multiple select? Ooh, that's also a good one.
They do not have dependencies right now, but
Okay.
Is there a question in chat? Is that
yeah,
what that
there's the
is?
question in chat.
Find text answer with a multi-select like in other, and they can type. Right. I touched on that a little bit earlier. We do have that in our roadmap for both single select and multi-select to be able to, as the baker, you can set whether or not you want them to enter an other option that would provide a text field for them to just put in whatever.
Okay.
So that's coming.
You know what you can also do, Melissa? You can actually just enable other for now. And then as a follow-up question, if you selected other, and this can be toggled as non-mandatory, right? Not required. If they selected other, put what you want.
Yeah.
So the system is very flexible, but that's a good and a bad thing because it can be overly complicated to try to implement, or it could be very
It's a
simple.
hard balance to find
Yeah.
a little bit.
I have one other question and then I will mute myself and just watch with awe because this is awesome. Talk about price being fixed or price being variable in the pre-sale module. A lot of times for pre-sales for me, I'm interested, I'm offering a small item, but they want to personalize it. And so if I'm personalizing it, I'm upcharging for that. Or if it's not personalized, then it's just a flat fee. Is there an option that
Create
would tie
two products? That's my
Yeah.
suggestion. That's the
Say again?
easiest way for clients to shop as well, to create two separate products. One
Okay.
is not customized, one is customized. And that way it's so clear for them. And you can
Absolutely.
use that main thumbnail to clearly differentiate.
Okay. All right. So that's there, and they're both fixed pricing because they'd have to put in a name.
Exactly.
Got it. Okay.
Exactly.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Yeah,
no, I think that covers
okay.
it. It's sort of related to pricing tables. We're still on the fence on whether or not we want to add those in general. But we don't need to talk about that in detail.
The more we complicate it,
Yeah,
the more Brian has to spend time developing, the more it's going to cost, right? That's kind of where things are. And every step that we take to do this, we're really conscientious about ensuring that we keep things tight and as simple as we can, ultimately because it is going to be a paid product. Thanks,
And compared
Christy.
to what I'm paying for on Weebly or other things.
What are you paying
very, very
right
good
now?
pricing.
Yeah, what are your rates right now?
I was talking with my husband about it. I think annually it's probably 120 a year. So if you're looking at $7.99, you know, for me to switch to $12 a month for this product, where I'm not having to build out items and things with Square to match up into Weebly,
Right.
to do all of that, update the website. There's a lot of benefit to kind of just moving to this platform completely and removing off the other
We have
Awesome.
back end work.
with them.
Awesome.
Great.
So
Thank
anyway,
you so
thank
much
you.
for that. Yeah. All right.
And if you're gonna come back here before you go to the place, I guess you can leave it. That's fine.
Oh,
Just wanna make
is
sure.
someone talking? Who do we have?
Do you want to take those Hot Pockets with you?
Oh,
Okay.
I think someone is unmuted and
Throw
talking.
them away at some point, probably, but whatever.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna stop sharing for a second. Jalen, did you have a question?
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna mute. Sorry, you guys are gonna have to unmute yourselves if you wanna chime
Let's
in.
see.
Patty has a question. Where can we put our payment options? Where, okay,
Where can we put our payment options?
I'm gonna share my screen again, okay? So if they're emailing and texting you to create orders, they're not ordering through My Custom Bakes, right? And you want to put their orders kind of directly in here. So you can, I'm sorry, this is
Zoom
too much.
struggles.
Zoom struggles
Zoom
with this
struggles,
because
yeah.
I'm trying to keep like all the tabs open. You can manually create orders if you've already captured all of their stuff. And it's actually pretty simple. You just fill out all this stuff. And then once you fill it out and save it, it'll get pushed into the next phase and the client will get an email.
Yeah, they'll get an email thanking them for their order and giving them a link to their status page.
And that status page will contain a link to pay based on the pay schedule that you've determined if you have connected your Square. So in your business settings, sorry, I keep moving things around because there's like the backend Zoom stuff. Make it small. In the business settings, we have the payment options of cash or other and Square. So Square is our card processing software or service. They're a standalone service. And all we do is we connect to them. You have to have a Square account. And when someone buys via a card, it goes directly into your Square account. We don't touch your money in any way. Don't take a cut, nothing. And the client will be able to pay via their link. Now, if you have cash or other enabled, this is our catch-all for everything else. A little bit of background, it actually takes a lot of work to connect payment processors. So like PayPal, Venmo, every time we add another payment processor, it's, I'm gonna mute people who just entered. Give me a second. This is very difficult. We need like a moderator. Hold on, I have to stop sharing for a second because we have some background noise. Okay, now that we are muted, I can go back to sharing. So with cash or other, the assumption is that you can take payment in whatever other form you want to. Venmo, Zelle, Cash App, we don't care because we don't take any of your money, right? But you have to manually request that. So you can do that by adding your like Venmo or whatever handle in your terms and conditions so that when your people are getting ready to pay, that'll pop up and they're like, oh yeah, here's their Venmo, I'm gonna pay them right now. But most commonly is you have to kind of reach out to your client and be like, hey, you selected cash or other as a payment type. Here's my information, please pay. And when they pay in whatever other app or method they selected, you come back to your order and you kind of manually mark it as paid right here. So you can still collect payment in any other way outside of the app, track all your orders and statuses in your app, but there is still going to be a little bit of manual work if you're using the cash or other payment type. I hope that makes
Yeah, I
sense.
guess my question was because I connected Square to everything, that people are using Square, and I would prefer they pay Venmo or whatever, because obviously Square takes a cut. So I just didn't know they were, how I can let them know that there's Venmo, Cash App, or whatever available.
So you can, I
I understand.
understand now.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
oops, sorry. This is so hard right now with the Zoom in
I'm
the
sorry, and I'm
background.
not really technically savvy, so.
That's okay. No worries. We're here to help you out. So if you want to turn your Square off, you can do that. Right now I have it turned off. Left and light is off, right and dark is on. So you can have just cash and other enabled.
But I think what she's talking about, and this is another feature request that we have outstanding, in the future, when you configure your cache other, when you're enabling it, we will provide you a text field to enter whatever you want to tell the client when they select cache or other. So in that case, you would input your Venmo information or whatever, so that when they're checking out and they select cache or other, it will display Venmo handle or
Yep. So
whatever
that's
That's
the field is.
exactly what I was looking for,
Yeah,
exactly.
It doesn't exist today, unfortunately, but
Okay.
it's on our list though, and we will get to it.
Which
Okay,
is
thank you.
why, but Patty, you can still do that today, right? Which is why I'm trying to show them the
That's for
terms
sure.
and condition thing. So if you still want to do that today, this is the way you would do it, is to add it to your terms and conditions. But everyone's human, and half of our clients, just like ourselves, are going to click out of the pop-ups immediately.
Yeah.
So it's not a guarantee. So if I would always follow up with them. That's my 2 cents for now until we get that functionality in place.
Thank you.
Mhm. All right. Anything else,
Yeah.
Patty, that we can help you with?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah, I was just
What
saying, there was
else?
another question in
chat.
the chat. Yeah,
I want the non-belief.
it was right here. This was
No,
Patty's, and after Patty's was on her website.
All right, MW, I don't have a website, so I'm thinking perhaps there is no need for a website. How does one go about simplifying the URL?
Oh.
This,
Domain, custom domains,
yeah.
right?
Simplifying the URL, what do you mean simplify, I guess? Do you want to use your own URL? Is that what you're asking? Or, and this is a question from MW, own URL. Excellent. We have a blog post on that. There's a couple of ways that you can use your own URL. Today is a domain redirect process. So MW, check out using My Custom Bakes with your existing website. And it kind of gives you some ideas of how people can integrate My Custom Bakes with their existing website, or what you want to do if you just want to use your own domain to replace My Custom Bakes. If you have your own domain and you own it through like GoDaddy or Wix or whoever you brought it, they call it a domain redirect process. So get in touch with them and have them help you through that process to make it happen. Give them the URL you want it to actually be. And if you type in like mw.com, it'll just automatically redirect to your My Custom Bakes link. Does that help? Hopefully it helps. Did I say it correctly?
I think, yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Very good. All right. What else? Who's next? Questions, comments, things that you love or hate. I'm here for it.
Yeah, criticisms.
Go for
All
it.
for it.
We have a lot of feedback, and it's a good thing because it tells us what you guys prioritize, right? Nothing? There's gotta be questions. All right.
Hi, Melissa again. So again, my parents, who are like your average Joe's customer, has a different perspective than I would, and they're, not as young. So although
That's
still
okay.
tech savvy. But anyways, here's some of their comments or questions that I don't even fully understand, but maybe you'll get. One is they were having trouble when they were trying to order. It says either attach item above or link them here. And he says when he was trying, he says there's nothing above and no direction for linking his pictures. do you have to upload or can you also provide a link, I guess is the question.
Well, you upload, if you customize your product to require an upload, then you have to upload. But if you customize your product to just, it's a text field, then they can put a link there. So it's on you to customize your product to allow for those fields.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
You
Again,
should, you know what would be actually super helpful? Are you a part of the Facebook group, Melissa?
I just requested to join right before this call.
Okay. We are collecting like kind of a list of sample shops. I think it'll really help to see what other people doing and how
Yeah.
they're choosing to create their products, because it's just such a wide range.
Yeah, that'd be super helpful.
Yep.
Look forward to that.
All right, what else?
I had a question for the pre-sale module. I just transferred all my stuff over to that today. And I was wondering, where does it show your address? Like, I know it has your zip code and it says that it's like in my zip code area, but where does it specify exactly where the pickup address is on the invoice?
Yes, so it's blocked out because it's a public website. So when they're ordering and browsing, we kind of spoof the exact address, right?
In pre-sales, no. So yeah, on your main page, yeah, we do just say the approximate location of your bakery. But when they're checking out, if you've configured pickup locations during checkout, when they're selecting the fulfillment method, if they select pickup, it'll list the locations that you provided and it'll have the addresses there. So they will be able to see the full address, just because we played around with having only partial addresses there too, but it looked weird if you had two locations in the same town. It didn't look like you were choosing between two separate places. So any address that you put in a pickup location for pre-sale will be visible in that
On the checkout page, right?
page.
Okay, yeah, well, at least they're already like at the end and then they'll be able to see it. So, and then just to like be able to see an invoice, you just suggest, or like see it from the customer's perspective, do you just suggest like going through and doing a test invoice?
That's
That's
always
the
the
best
best
way.
suggestion. Yeah.
Okay.
Until we get like better walkthroughs, I think this is the best way. I think now is also the time that we're ready for walkthroughs, because the pre-sale module was a really big part of it. We'll put some things together to make it easier.
Yeah,
Huge
no,
gap.
it was super easy. I did it really, it was like so easy. I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
So when we were testing it, I was like, this is it, right? Like, we're not forgetting anything, because it feels simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is. It's really simple. Somebody was asking me today or the other day about adding a tip, like if there was a tip section available, but I guess like they can just add more on if they
Yeah.
wanted to do that. So that would be another workaround for that.
Like I said, we have a long list of feature requests, and tips are definitely one of those. Tips and discounts, discount codes, that kind of thing. Those are both on the agenda coming later this year.
Oh yeah. Well, I never want to discount anything, but
Well, of course.
Some people do, like
You
friends
know,
and family,
yeah,
you
I
know.
was gonna say, friends and
Yeah,
family
like, my
discounts.
mom wants cookies. And I'm like, you charge your mom cookies? But that's okay. That's okay. I respect that, you know. It's all good.
No, it's really awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. All right, friends, who's next with the questions, comments? Someone saw a typo somewhere. She can tell us later. MW.
Okay. There are a couple typos.
We're
for sure.
human. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just send us, if you don't remember before the end of this meeting, just send us an email at support@mycustombakes.com, and we'll respond.
I have a question. My name is Mai with My
Hi, Mai.
Creations. And I can't remember if it was like in the last meeting or if I saw it in the Facebook group about someone suggesting maybe some sort of communication through the client notes section in when we, with the order form. My question is, if we are putting information in the client notes section, does the client get an email about that we have like updated or we have changed something in the client notes? Or I'm not sure if that makes sense.
As of today, clients will get emails when the status of the order or the status of the quote has changed. So when they first create it, they'll get an email. When you set it to pending for a quote, they'll get an email saying that they need to respond. With orders, if you say it's ready for, it's out for delivery, they'll get an email, or if it's completed or canceled, they'll get emails. But if you just start updating some part, some of the client notes or some part of the details, they will not get a notification. If they were to check their status page, though, they would see anything that you put in those client notes. So that is not the best place to communicate with them. Chats, the built-in chat functionality is the best. If that answers your question.
Snuggle with me.
Maya, is that helpful?
Yes, and I did it as a test because I know, like you said, you know, people tend to like click out of the terms and condition page, and so I wanted to like put it in there as like maybe information as to payment options that they had, clients had. So that's why I wanted to ask that. But yes, that does answer my question. Thank you so much.
I actually think, like, based on just like my feeling and intuition, I think adding a space for them to put their Venmo handle and PayPal handle is more important than. I think we should do that before CookieCon.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll put
We
that
actually
in the
have to.
priority list.
Do that. Just feel like it would make people's lives a lot easier.
So
Yeah.
just like a payment instructions
Yeah,
field.
a
for
payment
when you
instructions
configure
field, I
your
think
cash
would be
order.
fantastic. I think that'd be incredible. And that would be something that they would get after they check out.
Okay,
Or
yeah,
they check out.
you can
Okay,
try to prioritize that before
Yeah.
CookieCon.
yeah, I think that'd be great.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, we just had like an internal moment, but I think it's important that we do that. Julissa, yeah. The statuses are going to get refined a little bit.
Yeah.
Because and we need to put some clarity and some help content around exactly what each of these means, but I promise you it's coming.
They're up for review for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what else, friends? We got enough. Do we have another chat? Great. Okay. What else? Does anyone else have questions? Comments?
You just always remember, Mama loves you.
Okay. All right. Well, if it's going to be quiet, is there anything else you guys would like to see or anything? Oh, we have chats. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Okay, let's read this. There's someone in the chat that we're going to. Can you guys see chats when I share screens, or you can see because you can open the chat thing? Okay, let's read the one from Julissa Marie. My friend mentioned when you submit a quote, can the total price show in the quote before it's submitted?
My stance for now has been to not show a subtotal and total for when they're requesting a quote, as the assumption is kind of that the price is going to vary. And so presenting a total would sort of set that expectation that ultimately may not get met. But with that said, if that's just where my head's at on that topic, and I'm absolutely open to be persuaded otherwise.
Let's log it. Let's
Okay.
log it as something, and then we can start keeping track of who else has this kind of request, and then we can prioritize it. So we will keep that in mind.
Showing the estimate when they're requesting.
Christy, can we change the status options yourselves? So we have two things going on here. We have quotes and then we have orders. So when someone submits a quote, you cannot manually change it into an order and like confirm on behalf of the client. We've already had issues where bakers have changed quote statuses without permission of the client, and we don't we want to avoid that. So we do not allow you to change statuses of quotes. But if it's already in order, you can go around and play with the statuses. It's kind of on you. So hopefully that answered your question.
The archive is still to reference.
Yeah, I got Don's answer. Don's response. Don's question. So Don says, once you cancel an order, how do you delete it? Don, today there's no option to do that, but tomorrow Brian has an update that he's pushing that will allow you to archive orders so that they're not visible on your dashboard, and you can clean up any junk or sample orders, and you can unarchive them anytime you want.
Yeah, the filtering options will let you show them or hide them as you choose.
All right, what else?
I was wondering if there's any other way to customize like the text. Right now, I just have the pre-sale option open because I moved everything over from my products, but the text in the little box that there's like the little pre-sales, and then you click Valentine's Day sale, and then there's another text at the top of that. Is there a way that you can edit those so that they're different, or is it just the same?
What's your shop name? Can we look at it?
Yeah, it's Sugar Queen Bakery.
Spelled normally?
Yes.
So if we go, why did you move all your products into pre-sales? Is it just because you only have pre-sales, or you just?
Yeah, because I was just doing a pre-sale right now and I didn't have anything else. Oh, and it's only showing one. That's so weird. I can see all of them on my end.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they
Oh wait, so you're, oh no, so it's in products right now. Is it in pre-sale?
I'm in pre-sales.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, this is fine. All the products are in her pre-sale. I see them.
All right, so show me what you're looking at that you want to customize.
So right there, it says pick up for blah, 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 all that text. And then the box before, if you go hit back to pre-sale, that box right there, like, is there a way to customize that so it's different?
So like a preview text and then a pre-sale description?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Because it's just
let me ask this question. No, you can make a note, but let me ask this question. What do you hope to gain out of that?
Well, I guess, I mean, it cuts it off so you can't really even see the whole thing there. I mean, it's not a big deal, but I was just wondering if you can
not easily, right? We can't allow easy customizations, but this is intended to be a preview because the idea is if you had multiple pre-sales, they'll all kind of look similar.
I think in this case, we would add a new field and customization option in the pre-sale side of things.
Right. So then that way they will have an additional text field that they may or may not fill out. And if they do fill it out, it can be whatever. And if they don't fill it out, it'll be the preview text.
Yeah.
So it's really about, and I'm asking these questions not because like I'm like don't want to do it, but I seriously want you to really think about why you want these things.
Yeah. To see if it's worthwhile and everything to
and how that makes it easier for
every
us.
New option makes it more complicated for people to
customize
learn how to use it, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
We'll definitely log it, and I think we'll keep an eye out to see if there are other people who want to do that.
Yeah.
She said, take care of her till she finds her mama.
Hey Sharon, I'm gonna mute you. I think we can all hear you. So I'm gonna mute you real quick.
Hey, Lisa, I've got a question about events and availability.
Yep.
I've put in an event that actually repeats monthly. I'm calling it a pop-up, but it's a farmer's market that I go to on a monthly basis.
Oh,
and I was trying to find a quick
again?
way to be able to copy the information from one month to the next. And wasn't finding that as an option. And I don't know that that's really a feature that's maybe popular or somebody would want to be able to do that.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
I think it has not been brought up in this way before. There are people who've asked us to do like calendar Oh my
Integrations.
goodness, integrations with like Google
Sure.
Calendars and things like that. Or people who, there's one person who does all their events for the year in one go. That's super impressive. I'm not organized to do that.
Well, and
for
like I've
someone-
got my spring planned out. And so I've got, you
Incredible.
know, I'd like to be able to, if I'm pointing people here, I'd like to be able to say, hey, check out my events through June. And be able to, you know, have it pop in. And then when
Yeah.
I clicked on availability, so these really are two different kind of modules.
Yes.
Availability is specific to custom orders and events are separate from that. So I'm not seeing that event on this availability calendar.
Correct.
Could I have it on the
Yeah, there's a
availability
few
couple
things
of
there.
things.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a couple of things here. These are all really, really good things that you're bringing up. So first of all is, I think the ability to copy events is definitely on our list of to-dos, right?
Right.
To just
Copy
copy
or
things in
Some way to
general.
repeat.
Yeah, repeatable events, or to set up a schedule, much like how you set up meeting schedules. You can be like once a week, once a month, every Tuesday.
Right.
Something like that. I think that's great. I think we just build it into the events builder for recurring events.
Yeah, I would, yeah, something like that. Figure it
Yeah.
out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the next thing that you have kind of on here is the concept of availability versus events. And they are two separate things. And this is one of those things that was like really hard to implement because availability is this like black hole.
Right.
No two people have availability defined in the same way. So what we tried to do was try to define it. But I think what we're getting at here, and you tell me how you feel, is maybe like a visual calendar thing of what's going on, like events. Is that where this is going?
Yeah, honestly, because I've got two screens here and I glance back over at availability and, you know, I was saying availability from the menu at the top, but I'm looking at the page and it says order availability. And that to me says what it is versus it being events, which is, you know, for me, I would like to look at this and go, okay, yeah, I know I'm going to this market. So bam, I'm not, but what I need to do is just make myself unavailable that day. So
exactly.
so I think that's where I need to finesse the availability side.
But also, like, just to put it out there, is if you do take custom orders, for example, and maybe you are available to deliver that day or hand off and you just bring it with you to the farmer's market, it doesn't mean you block it off.
Right.
You keep yourself open. Necessarily.
Right. Maybe it does mean you block it off because you are too busy that day.
It depends.
Right. Right. So, but that, and I've done that before, you know, definitely have worked out pickups at events where people have come by and just picked up something, a pre-sale order or a custom order. So good. Thank you. I think that's good. The recurring ones is probably the bigger one for me.
Well, you weren't the first person to mention that they would like to see their events sort of in more of a calendar view on their front end. And I think there's a way to do that. We definitely need to review how those pages look for sure.
Yeah, that'd be neat. I'd use it. Thank you.
And then Mai says, will there be a feature for clients to leave reviews? We would love to. So like sharing a little bit of where if we back all the way up, guys, when we first set out on this, we were just trying to build a better version of Google Forms. That's it.
It's a little better.
And what it's become is like an e-commerce solution, right? Now we've gotten into the Wix area space accidentally, but because we put one foot in there, you can't have like 1 foot behind. So we just have to go all the way. And I think reviews will have to come with this. And that also means step one of this whole My Custom Bakes things is building a tool for you guys as bakers, but also having the capability to interface with your clients. And then step two would be, now that we have bakers, is we can start building a directory of bakers that are searchable. And then that means clients can find you in ways that, you know, maybe was not available today in the same way.
Right.
And that would lead to maybe the whole review thing and stuff like that. But I really think reviews are going to be on the horizon, but
Yeah,
like
reviews
not
is-
soon.
Yeah. There's a whole slew of things, but yeah.
We need to hire a second developer.
The secondary goal is definitely, like, what's the leading list of custom bakers right now cost how much to be on right now?
$150 to be listed for
Just to
a
be
year in the
listed.
Baker
So
directory. Yeah.
our thought was provide something that you guys need, and then also we'd be able to,
List you as a bonus. That's
Yeah.
it. You don't have to pay extra to do that. So that's the hope. And that's also why we need some funding to make it all happen. All right.
Yeah.
In the pre-sale dashboard, it shows all of your options and shows product inventory. Is that if you are only selling a set amount? Yes. So Dawn, you can choose to not set inventory requirements and just watch your numbers and close when you feel like closing. Just make sure that's very clear in like your product description. I mean, not your product description, your pre-sale description. So people aren't like taking their sweet time, you know, and then you sell out. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, Melissa. Have a nice night.
Bye.
And thank you, MW, as well.
Yes.
Good night.
All right. Any other questions? We've got about 7 minutes. Is there a way to donate for bill? Heck yeah, there's a way to donate. Tamika, thank you. We have a Square link, but honestly, we have not advertised it because donating is honestly not a huge priority for us right now. We just want to build a really good app.
Yeah, I was gonna say, at this point,
Yeah.
just hold off. We're gonna get a subscription model built in at some point. Just enjoy the free
Enjoy it, yeah.
website for now, and stay a subscribed member when that time comes.
Yeah. Be engaged in our community, help each other out. I think that's a huge part of what Borderlands Bakery is as a brand, and we want to make sure My Custom Bakes also carries that. And yeah, if you want to support Borderlands Bakery, you can shop borderlandsbakery.com. We have a ton of fun baking stuff, merch, and like piping bags, right? Everybody needs piping bags, so you can check that out. And that helps hugely. And Borderlands Bakery is how we funded My Custom Bakes, and we're very happy, very grateful. Tamika, do you have any questions? I remember seeing like you ask a question somewhere, so I want to make sure that if you have any questions, we help you out. I love it. Thank you so much. All right. Okay. Anything else before we go? Otherwise, we're going to wrap up and just, that's it.
Are you gonna have products at CookieCon so we can purchase?
Heck yeah, we're having, let's talk about
I
CookieCon
was
for a
just gonna say,
second.
before we
Okay.
quit, we gotta talk about food.
Let's talk about CookieCon. So we are going to be at CookieCon Reno, which is March 2nd to the 5th, and we're going to have 3 booths. And we're going to have all of our merch there. We're going to carry the sugar art products, and we're going to have a little like picture area. And we're hoping to have a time slot to take photos for people who are part of the My Custom Bakes community. So yeah, we will be there totally, and I think it'd be cool to connect in person. And then Brian's going to be there running demos and answering questions, so please use all of his time and expertise.
The other thing I was going to say is, if you're not in the Facebook group, join up. I think at some point we're going to try and schedule sometime, if you're going to CookieCon, for everyone who's going and is on My Custom Bakes, we can take one big picture. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
So just plug the Facebook real quick.
Yeah. All right, friends. If there are no other questions, I just want to go give you guys the last chance to answer questions. Will you be at SoFlo? No, I will not. I've actually never gone to SoFlo, but I think like one day we will start seeing if that makes more sense for us. I will be at Brown Sugar Cookie Retreat in October in Austin or Houston, probably Houston. You can check that out as well. All right. Thank you, friends. If you need us, you know how to contact us via our Facebook group. It's called My Custom Bakes. You have my IG. We are on it all the time.
Yeah.
And then you can email us support@mycustombakes.com. So, and then we'll do more. I want to target at least one live a month. I think that's really realistic.
Sure.
We did one last month. This is our this month. We'll do more. So we'll keep doing these for people. And tell your friends, please. That helps us a ton. All right. Thank you so much, you guys. See you next time. Bye.